I told you that participating in a specific habit was good for you, would you do it? No questions asked. I'm sure we've all heard before that taking a cold shower in the morning is good for you. I know we've all heard the saying, but forgot about it because the message was basically shoved down our throats since phys ed class in 2017. If I simply told you it's good for you and therefore you should do it, would you do it? I wasn't one to be particularly mindful of my habits. Since an early age, I hated showering, barely brushed my teeth, and never cared much to put an effort into my physical appearance as well. So when someone told me, go take a cold shower, it's good for you, I didn't really register what they had told me. Now, I don't know if you know, but cold water is great for your body because it improves circulation, tightens your skin, and improves your immune system. Now, what if I told you there's more to it than just physical benefits? What if I told you that cold showers help you manage stress? What if I told you that cold showers make you feel significantly more awake than hot showers do? What if I told you that it teaches discipline? What if I told you it's self-love? If you think about it, cold showers are extremely uncomfortable. But maybe that's the metaphor. Something uncomfortable and extremely tedious to do, but something so worth doing for yourself in the long run. That if you can wake up immediately and blast yourself with cold water, something uncomfortable, but stand there and say, I am acting in self-love, is one of the best ways to show your self-respect. Now, I recently rediscovered cold showers after inevitably stopping for so long due to a 5-month-long relapse caused by stress and friendship issues. You know when people say that who you surround yourself with can influence the type of habits you form or the types of hangouts you go to? Well, drinking as the sole reason to even get together, well, that's not a real friendship. That's finding an excuse to drink or be intoxicated. And for some people, they would much rather bring you down to where they are as opposed to let you bring them up with you. At least in my mind, all I wanted for any of my friends was to make them feel as exhilarated about life as I did. As much as I told myself that some friends are for going to the club and some are for creating DIY keychains in our basement, that it's okay to be friends with everyone because that leads to a balanced life. And don't get me wrong, I don't think there's anything inherently problematic with dabbling in a bit of happy hour. But it only becomes an issue if dabbling becomes one of an Olympic sport, if you have to take an extra shot or pregame before the pregame, knowing that you, who was once affected by these activities, now feels nothing but emptiness and sluggishness. That feeling of being upbeat, energetic, and healthy suddenly makes you struggle to get up every morning, makes you choose to order in as opposed to cooking Whole Foods or putting off folding your laundry for days on end, then it becomes weeks on end. I've been wondering this whole year so far what the purpose of it was. This year's lesson. Everything that led to everything that happened this year to lead to this moment of even making this video. I think it was hard to keep going because it felt like I was at a peak last year, and usually people say there's only one way from rock bottom, which is up. When the ground underneath you collapses and forces you to start climbing again with no warning, that intense feeling of disappointment leads into self-resentment, which leads into self-sabotage, and we all have our own forms of that. But I guess if you suffer from mental health issues, this is just what your norm might be. And that, after living 22 years of already being at a depressing pace, thinking you've already conquered all of your demons just to realize that there are stronger ones somewhere within you, that is such a scary feeling. As my prefrontal cortex is still in development, almost entering its final critical stages, I guess I'm scared that whatever habits I have now might solidify into my late 20s and until I die. So when I self-sabotage or procrastinate or participate in unhealthy choices, I guess I'm scared that's who I'm destined to be. That my upbringing, toxic relationships, personal trauma is truly taking shape into the person I'm supposed to become. That I can tell myself I'm gonna be fine, but my brain has already witnessed so many mishaps and learned ways in which to harm myself because everyone else does it because I'm mentally ill. Nobody talks about how hard it is to live day to day when your version of normal is frequent outbursts, feelings of numbness, and shutting down anytime you feel someone pull away. That when you look around and make new friends, everyone's story in this town glorifies the infamous memory loss experience. Depression Town has earned its name, you think, as you realize that everyone in town is also struggling with putting the glass down, forgetting the existence of flavored air, and eating something other than fast food 24/7. But then some days, some weeks, it's partying for days on end, being extroverted, getting less than 5 hours of sleep, and still working 8 hours on a video. It's saying yes to one more shot because all of your other friends are doing one. And to us, this lifestyle is a celebration of life, not an avoidance of it. Or is that just what we tell ourselves when we do it every day? Not gonna lie, I never expected a relapse, and for so long, I never thought I'd even come back from it. For so long, I never even realized I was in it. For so long, I forgot what it felt like to be truly alive, forgot what it felt like to show myself love, I forgot what it felt like to take a cold shower. So, I think this year has been about handling setbacks and knowing how to bring myself back up and knowing how to forgive myself when it does happen and dust myself off and keep moving forward. Because my brain is developing, and it isn't unusual for my symptoms to appear more vibrantly, more frequently, or even in boss battle form. That hard pill to swallow is finally but slowly starting to be digested. The fear that maybe some people are destined to struggle more than others, that some people are born with the shorter end of the stick and have to work 10 times harder than most, the knowing that things might seem so much harder, but harder doesn't mean impossible. I'll continue to fight for this delusional image of myself conquering life even when my brain chemistry says otherwise, but the practice of self-love has been the only thing truly saving me, the only thing to remind me that I am my own greatest protector. So yes, I'll take a cold shower in the morning. I'll take one every day if it means I'll remember to make good, loving choices toward myself. That in the moment it's gonna feel impossible, uncomfortable, or even shocking. But pain is only temporary if the reasoning behind it is purely out of love. That to self-love is to exhibit discipline. And to be disciplined is to show up every day for yourself. It's raising your glass to the feeling of the pain of it now, but waking up thankful because it made things for myself easier. It's remembering that it's better to feel uncomfortable for a moment than to feel regret for a lifetime. It's believing I am capable. It's believing I can do it. It's trusting myself to show up. It's self-love. It's a cold shower.